Hello children, welcome to Social Studies digital class. How are you all? Children, I hope that you are doing well. Children, do you remember what we have discussed in the previous class, that is towards gender equality? In that lesson, we have discussed about the conditions of women in the earlier days and men, especially as well as girls in the present situation as well as in the previous days. We have discussed that there was a lot of discrimination for girls. They were not allowed to go to the schools and they were overburdened with the household activities also. They were discriminated in their medical treatment as well as in their providing proper food to them. And we have also discussed that there is no any significant difference in the abilities of boys and girls. They are equally able, intelligent, studious and what not, and any work given to them can be done by them very easily and equally efficient. Then why such differences have been created and why that discrimination is made? We have also studied about the position of women in Telangana state also. So, in today's class, we will go further deep into the lesson about gender equality, the second part. So, let us discuss the further concept of the position of women in Telangana and why such discriminations are made in Telangana. So, as well as in the entire nation also, and how are the timing, how are the situations as well as the times changing now. Let us go further towards gender equality, second part. In the previous class, we have discussed about what is gender and gender equality, issues related to women in Telangana, and we have also discussed about growing up as boys and girls. Children, in today's class, we shall discuss about proportion of male and female ratio, differences in literacy levels, right to property, employment, unrecognized work of women, things are changing now. Children, as I said that in nature actually the number of men and women or the number of boys and girls are born equally 50-50. It is not that many male or boys are born and there are no less number of girls are born. Nature is like that all the species, all the men and women are boys and girls are born equally. But if we observe the data, we find that there are no equal proportions of the males and females. See this tabular form to understand better. Proportion of females in Indian population is increasing, is constantly decreasing. So, here in the year 1950s onwards, if we observe, per 1000 males, males in the sense men, there were only 946 females. In the year 1981, if we observe, per 1000 males, there were 934 females. In the year 2011, if we observe, per 1000 males, 940 were females. Actually, per 1000 male, 1000 females should be there. This is the data of our country India. So, if we go to the next slide, male female ratio in Telangana. Let us compare the country's ratios with our state ratios. So, in the year 1991, per 1000 males, there were 969 females. In the year 2011, per 1000 males, there were 988 females. So, male female ratio in Telangana is better than when compared to the male female ratio of our country. But the most important point to be thought of is that the children who are below 6 years, the boys and girls, their ratio is significantly decreasing. Let us see the next slide. So, number of girls per 1000 boys under 6 years in Telangana. In the year 1991, per 1000 boys, there were 978 girls, and in the year 2001 per 1000 boys 963 girls only were there, and in the year 2011 per 1000 boys 933 girls only were there. Remember, I am talking about children, boys and girls below 6 years in our state of Telangana. So, what must be the reason for this? So, if we observe the second and third tables, we can see that though Telangana is better than many states in sex ratio, that is male female ratio, but number of girls per 1000 boys is declining, which is actually not good situation. Normally, equal number of girls and boys should take birth according to the nature's rule. If the proportion of girls is less, it means that girls and women are not able to live a healthy life in our country and are dying earlier than men. So, what do we understand here, children? That equal number of girls and boys should born according to the rule of nature. But what has happened is that it is not equal proportion is there for boys and girls below 6 years. What do we understand? That many girls are not able to live a healthy life. Not just girls, even women also are not able to live a healthy life, and they are dying much before than men, which makes the ratio to be unequal. Why is this situation constantly declining? What must be the reason behind it? Let us understand. So, there may be many reasons, various reasons such as there is no sufficient nutritious food given to girls. Girls are not given proper food from the time of their birth. They are neglected in some of the families. No proper nutritious food is given and their health is not properly taken care of. So, because of that, many girl children die without living a healthy life. There is also another reason, that no proper medical treatment given. In the previous class, we have discussed that when boys fall sick, a lot of attention is paid to them. But when girls fall sick, they are neglected, will be taken to the doctor very lately, or if some medical issue arises also, they won't take it very seriously. So, this also result to the unhealthy life of the girls. And the next reason also may be female foeticide. What is female foeticide? Is at the time of the before the child is born in the womb, we can know whether it is a boy or girl due to technological developments. So, many parents, they decide to kill the child before the child is born if it is a girl. So, because of that reason also the number of girls are decreasing, though it is banned from several years, but still it is continuously going on, and generally parents do not prefer having a girl and they will celebrate when boys are born. So, this happens in most of the families, this happens in some of the families, and due to this the number of girls is less than the number of boys. Children, here is an activity for you. Are you ready for the activity? So, let us see what is the activity. Find out from your teachers and parents about these practices. As I have said, the nutritious food is not properly given to girls, no proper medical treatment, or if any female foeticide occurs, our parents doesn't like the girl child when compared to the boy. So, when such practices occur, or if such practices occur in your area, prepare a report for your class wall newspaper. Children, will you do this? Okay. Then let us go for the next thing. Now let us understand about the differences in literacy levels. Literacy levels in the sense that above 7 years, the ability to read and write for the child. So let us see any male and women, male or female, or any man and woman can be called as literates when they are able to write and read. So that is called as literacy. So let us understand what is the literacy level in our state of Telangana. Men are literates when compared to females, that is the girls or women, they are less literate when compared to men. So this is how the situation is in Telangana. Many boys will be going to the school, as well as many men will be holding the jobs, whereas girls they stay back at home, they are discouraged from going to the schools, and hence they have become illiterates. So let us see the next thing. For every 1000 females in Telangana, the number of female literates were, for every 100 females in Telangana, the number of female literates were only 28 till the year 1991. Means for 100 females, only 28 females were literates, means remaining all were illiterate only. Did you understand this? So from 2011, this 28 number, it increased to 58. So 58 females were literate out of 100 females. The proportion of male literates has increased from 52 to 75 during this period. So here you need to compare, that is earlier it was during 1991, at that time it was 52, when female literacy was 28 only. In the year 2011, female literacy increased to 58, whereas male literacy it rose to 75. So you can understand the difference here, and how many more illiterate women are in our state. So with this you can understand easily. Children, let us now go for understanding about school dropouts. Who are dropouts, children? Dropouts in the sense, students generally take admission into the schools, isn't it? So after that what they will do, especially if they are girls, because they are busy in taking care of their younger siblings, or it may be also like doing household activities if their parents go out for work. So generally in rural areas, they only, the girls only manage the cooking part or any other household activity till their parents come back home. So in that process, most of the girls will not be able to go to the school. After some days, even though they have taken admission into the school, they will remain as dropouts, means their name is only enrolled, but they will not be able to go to the school and complete that academic year. And next continuous, because they have discontinued, they will remain in the same discontinuation for the next years also, can be called as dropouts. So let us see the school dropouts and learn more about them. Telangana and Andhra Pradesh have one of the largest educational systems in India, with nearly 1.50 crore students studying in more than 1 lakh schools and colleges. Telangana and AP, Andhra Pradesh, they are having largest educational systems in our country, and nearly 1.5 crore students are studying in our states. About 30 years ago, children dropping out of schools are also important problem among girls, means this issue is more among girls when compared with the boys. For example, if 100 girls go to school, more than 65 of them discontinue their schooling after their class 5. As I have said that, because they have little bit grown up children and they need to take care of their younger siblings, or when their parents go out for employment out of their homes, then these girls will be the caretakers of the family. So they will be cooking or doing other household activities, and they will forget to go to the school, and they remain as dropouts. So because of these all things, they neglect their studies, and they will face more problems in their future life. So, let us go for the next thing. Children, let us study the literacy levels in Telangana. So, this blue color represents the male population, whereas this brown color represents the female population, and the y axis indicates the percentages as well as this indicates the x axis indicates the years. So, in the year 1991, the male literacy level was 53%, whereas the female literacy was 29% only. In the year 2001, the male literacy still further increased to 68%, whereas the female literacy rose only up to 46%. In the year 2011, the male literacy level increased to 75%, whereas the female literacy level rose only up to 58%. Children, I think you have understood how much differentiation, how much difference is there in the literacy levels of the male and female in our state, and because of this women remain backward in their all of their opportunities in their life. So, girls are not encouraged to go out and they are made to stay back at home, and they are made to do all the household activities, and they are discouraged to study. And even if they study also, if they are interested and want to study, either they are allowed to take only the ordinary, whereas boys are more encouraged to take up the subjects such as mathematics and science. So, here also we can see a lot of discrimination. What to be studied is also decided by the parents, and they are discouraged from moving towards their development. So, let us see this slide and try to understand further. Girls are not encouraged to schools and are made to stay at home to do the household work or work in fields or in the shop assisting their parents. Even who go to schools have little time to study at home, as they have lot of household work at home after their school time. Even if some of the children will go to the schools with their interest. So, because of this reason, these children will not be able to complete their homework as well as their studies. As I said that boys are encouraged to take up the subjects such as mathematics and science, and they are encouraged for the better education, whereas girls are discouraged for the further education. But if sometimes if the parents accept them, accept for their further education also, they are more encouraged to take the subjects such as literature, home science, which they feel, parents feel that it will be useful in their future life also. But they won't think that if they have the logical thinking, if they have better skills, then they can also take mathematics and sciences for themselves and go up in their life. So, this is how the discrimination is done in some of the families. Now, let us go for the next concept, that is right to property. What is property, children? Having the access of any land or house is called as property. The division of the property, parents prefer to give their entire property to their male children only, and there is nothing left to the girls, as they believe that after marriage they will automatically get their property from their husband's side. So, this is actually an injustice done towards the girls, and they also should be given right to property, so that they can have some power in their hands, they can become economically independent, and they can start believing themselves as well as develop confidence about their better life. Children, see this. The law provides that property of parents should be equally divided between all children, sons and daughters. But in actual practice, very few girls get a share in their parents' property. As a result, women have to be economically dependent upon their fathers, husbands, sons and brothers. Actually, there is a law that the property should be divided among all the children equally, that is sons and daughters, but in actual practice it is not done. Because it is not done, women have become economically dependent upon their fathers before marriage, husbands after marriage, and sons when the son grow up, or if there are no sons, upon their brothers. This is how the dependency continued among the women. Telangana, our state, was the first state to make such property laws to reduce the discrimination. The situation in Telangana is relatively better due to such laws made in our state. In 1980s, this particular law is made and being implemented, which makes mandatory that the ancestral property of parents should be equally divided between the sons and daughter, and due to this there is lesser discrimination and lesser dependency on parents or husbands, because women have got certain power or certain financial freedom in their hands, and they started developing themselves in their life. So, we can feel proud that our Telangana state is the first state to make such a law and to get it implemented to make the women's position better. Children, let us go for the next one. Employment opportunities for women. Today, many women are going out of the houses and taking up jobs. Thus, they need not depend on others. So, things are changing now, not like earlier days where women had to stay back in their homes. So, there are certain employment opportunities to women which they are utilizing them for themselves. Problems in employment for women. Many girls and women are undernourished from the time of their birth. They are not properly fed, they are not properly nourished. So, they are not properly educated. So, they are undernourished as well as uneducated. So, they have less opportunities to gain proper employment and get good salaries. How is their past that they were not properly fed, they are undernourished and they are not properly educated. So, what kind of jobs they will get? They will get less salaried jobs. Why? Because for uneducated people there will not be better employment opportunities. So, this is how the situation in the employment opportunities of women. So, now let us see further. Who are well educated are not allowed by their families to take up professional jobs that require them to be away from their homes for long time. So, what is the situation? That women who are, some of the women are well educated also, but what happens that they were not allowed to do the professional jobs because it may be for a very long time. This is also not accepted by parents or husbands or their families. So, due to this they have to take such jobs which are not much in demand. So, they have to accept the low jobs only where they will get lesser salaries. So, they are allowed to take up the part time jobs or less demanding jobs only, which does not give any satisfaction. More salary, better position will give a lot of satisfaction. When the salary is less, when there is no respect in the society, then what is the use of earning a little money by going out and struggling harder, isn't it? So, if women are educated, they should do a better job so that they can get respect as well as financial benefits also. So, let us see the next thing. Most of the women who are without proper educational qualification are forced to do physical labor in the fields or mines or as domestic servants in the houses of rich people. So, women are going out to do certain things. The uneducated women, illiterate women, they are going out and they are earning certain benefits for themselves. But what jobs they are getting? They are getting jobs such as laborers, agricultural laborers, or in the mines, the low paid jobs. And some of the women also had to work for as a domestic servant also. No much respect will be given by the people. So, here is a story of Malini, who is a domestic servant in Delhi, who works in a rich house. Let us see her position. Story of Malini. Malini is a domestic worker in the capital city of our country, Delhi. She works in a 3-storied rich house. Apart from her, there were 2 other girls for cleaning. So, let us understand the condition of Malini in the rich house. Their work begins at 5 o'clock in the morning. They get only a cup of tea and 2 stale rotis for breakfast, never a third roti. So, this is how the situation of Malini and the other 2 girls as they are working as a domestic servants in a rich family. They used to feel scared, fearful, scared in the sense fearful, angry, and they are humiliated, humiliated in the sense insulted. There is no respect in their job, okay, that is called as humiliation. So, this is how the situation of the domestic servants in our country. So, don't they deserve to be treated with some respect? Don't these rich people or the people who employ them should give them little respect towards their servants, because they provide quite a good help to them in their daily life, and they have to respect these domestic servants, and they should give them a lot of money also, so that they can enjoy a better life. Children, this was the story of Malini, and I think you have understood the concept why this story has been narrated to you, isn't it? I think that we need to give a lot of respect to all the people despite their employment. Whatever they do, we have to respect them. Like they are all, everyone is equal, everyone are human beings, and we should never ill treat any of the human being at all. Understood, children? Okay. Now, let us go for the next concept. In the last few decades, the employment scene for the women has been changing gradually. So, the reservation policies pursued from 1980s in Telangana for admission to women in all colleges and in government jobs have led women to more and more girls, have led women as well as more girls join the colleges and take up the salaried jobs. So, from last few decades, we have been observing that many girls are enrolling into the schools and colleges. The reason is the reservation policies in the education system. Because of this reservation policies, many women, many girls find the better opportunities for themselves, and they are enrolling into the schools and colleges, as well as there is also better employment opportunity. There is reservation for women in the employment opportunities also, especially in the government employments. Who want to make their life better are enrolling into the schools and colleges, and they are taking up better salaried jobs also. Children, now let us go for the next concept. There are some leading scientists, mathematicians, diplomats, engineers, etc. are women. Women are now also recruited into police, army, navy and air force, and there are also women pilots today. Here you can see the picture. This picture is also there in your textbook. She is the first loco driver in our country. Children, now let us understand about the unrecognized work of women. You can see the picture in the middle. Woman, she is having multiple jobs. Multiple works are there. She has to handle the household works, she has to handle the office work, she has to handle her children. Okay, women do all these works. Is their work recognized? No, it is not recognized. Okay, things are changing now. Let us understand. Earlier there was discrimination and there were protests, there were changes in the conditions. Now we can see that many things are changing now. The position of women is getting better. So, let us see this slide and conclude it. Women are taking up newer roles successfully in these days. The Telangana government made it mandatory to involve women in Panchayat Raj bodies so that women can contest in elections and also participate in public affairs. There are many self-help groups at village and mandal levels to generate resources for the family. So, the government itself is also supporting women by making them, creating the post in the Panchayat Raj bodies so that they can contest in election and participate in the public affairs. And there are also many self-help groups in the village level, mandal level, so that women can become financially independent, so that the resources can be created and it can be helpful to their families. Many women are now able to take important decisions along with their husbands and other male members within their families. The self-help groups also provide space to discuss important issues and problems associated with the community or village and help women to participate in the political bodies also. Children, now I think you have understood the point here. Be fearless to do any kind of jobs. She should get educated, she should become more able, and she should be able to do all kinds of jobs and earn more secured, financially secured and a happy life. So, with this we have come to the end of the class. Let us go for the evaluation part. The first question is, why do you think daughters are not given equal share in the property of the parents? The second question, find out in your locality how any persons attended school only for few years and left. Find the reasons why they stopped. Write in a notebook and discuss about them in your class. The third question is, list all the works that your mother does in your house. Find out when they will get up and when they will take rest. Children, the third question is very interesting. Do this compulsorily. Children, with this we have come to the end of the class, and I hope that you have understood the lesson in a better way. Read the textbook compulsorily so that you can gain better understanding. For better understanding of the concepts, solve the worksheets. Please visit the official site of SIET for the worksheets. Children, with this I would like to take the leave, and with the expectation that there will not be any discrimination in the future generation between boys and girls and men and women. So, see you in the next session, children. Thank you.